everyone, and welcome back to another video. I am your host, the Radio CD, and I am so excited to be back, especially this early, which is like, wait, I posted last week. Yes, a week. That is actually record time for me because usually you have to wait 3 to 4 months recently for my videos, and I'm back in a week. So y'all should be happy about that because I'm never back this soon. If you guys haven't seen my last renovation, I'm going to card it up above. You guys really loved that video apparently, so that's why I'm back with another renovation. I haven't seen anybody do a renovation of Cedar Crest. I've seen some smaller channels do it, but none as well. I'm talking like I have a huge channel. We have 4,000 subscribers, but I love each and every one of y'all. I decided to renovate it myself and put my own little spin on it. So I'm going to show you where to find it in the marketplace, and I will be right back. So you don't have to scroll at all. It's like the 4th option. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, $47,500, and it is by Ashley the Unicorn, which I'm sure a lot of you know. And it's not to say that she's not a good builder, but this house leaves much to be desired, especially for the price. I would expect a lot more out of it for $47,500. So let's go ahead and go into the house and do a little bit of a tour. So just a quick disclaimer for all of you who might want to call me a hater. Okay, I am not hating on Ashley the Unicorn. It's cool that she got to build this house, but she has 1 million plus subscribers, which is probably why she got to build this house in the first place. And she is not worried about me, okay? My opinion in the grand scheme of things is irrelevant to her, okay? So you don't have to send this video to her and be like, look at this kid roasting you because your house is terrible. Which I low-key am gonna say this house is kind of terrible, but all in all, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm just here to give my little opinion on my small channel where I like to give my opinions now. So let's go ahead and jump into this tour because we have a lot to talk about in a very short period of time. So the first thing you notice when you walk up to the house is that we are about 3 steps from the road because of this porch, which is not necessarily a big issue, but I could probably drive my car into this house by accident if I'm going a little bit too fast down this road. So not desirable. And when we go into build mode to kind of do like a larger overview of this house, you're gonna see that the roof, well, if you can't see it now, the roof is tragic. I don't know if she used auto roofs or what, but I'm not much of a fan. But to each their own, to each their own. They're all kind of like sloping into each other, which would create huge leaking problems and water damage problems in real life, which I know this is just Bloxburg, but I mean, they might as well add it at this point. They done taxed us and given us hospital bills and medical debt, so I mean, why not add that at this point? It's not the worst house. The overall structure isn't bad. I just feel like it could have been executed a lot better, and we're gonna see more of kind of the lack of execution in the inside. As we walk down this pathway that seems to be full of weeds. Honestly, that's kind of what this landscaping is giving, and I'm not a fan of how it's contained in these fences like this. We do have a generously sized front porch. The ceiling is not painted like any color. I think this is just medium stone gray. And why? Like, you could have just painted it white or added some planking. That would have been nice to kind of add to the rustic vibes, because this house is very like rustic. So it's trying to be like a certain style, which I can appreciate compared to the starter home, which I had no idea what style that was. As we walk into our front door, which is also very bland and not the front door version of this door, we have a kitchen. And you literally walk into the kitchen. There is no dining room, and our living room is off to the left, kind of shoved in this corner. So even though this is open concept, you do have some separation between the rooms, which I do like. But overall, it is kind of dark, and not in a good way, because when you see the renovation, you're gonna be like, your house is even darker than this house. But this house is just not, it's not a pretty dark. This is the same brown literally all over the walls. The floor, the walls, the pillars, the curtains, it's the same brown, which I'm not a fan of. And in our living room, She tried to add some division with this bookshelf, which, I mean, I see what she's trying to do, but I feel like it just closes off the space and it kind of looks a little tacky just standing in the middle of the room. It would have been nicer if she used a proper divider or even a wall if she wanted some division in that case. We have a fireplace here, which I'm not even sure if that's in the same place as the chimney. And I just checked, it is. So that was a nice bit of realism because not everybody does that. But in here, very simple, a few decorations. I think the furniture arrangement is also a little odd. There's that. We have some clipping with the pillars as well in the corners, which I'm not a fan of. And in our kitchen, we have 2 functional counters. And I'm not even sure if this one is functional because of the fruit bowl. So 2 on a good day, 1 on a bad day. And we have no counter space next to the stove. So if you wanted to cook something, you'd have to get it out the fridge, turn around, cook it, and then turn around to serve it, which is very inefficient in my opinion. There's a lot of storage on this wall, which is nice, but we have no counter space over here. And again, the colors leave much to be desired yet again, and these lights are way too bright. You really can't use these lights on because they get so bright, or you have to use them in like a fossil or a darker color because as you can see, it looks like an exam room in here. It's extremely bright. So those are my main issues with the main living area. So let's go ahead and talk about the primary bedroom. So as you enter the primary bedroom, you're going to see a wardrobe to your right, and you're going to see a very large bed, which is also pretty expensive for the caliber of this house in my opinion. We have some candles on the side. We have a mirror above the bed. There's not much in the way of decoration, and this rug is very odd. You would not typically have a runner in here. You would have a large area rug placed under the bed. So having a runner is a little odd. And again, we have the same brown on everything. You cannot escape it. It's literally, it's on the walls. I mean, at this point, she should have just painted the ceiling because the ceiling's unpainted. You could have just painted it brown. Here we are. This is what we have to work with. But it is a generously sized bedroom, so the bones of the house are actually pretty nice. But the overall execution as far as interior design leaves much to be desired. So as you enter the bathroom over here, it's not a bad size. We have a vanity, we have some towels, and it's the toothbrush holder, which were uncolored. Like those are just the base colors that you get. And I think the rest of this stuff is just the base colors, which I don't understand. I'm not sure if they had a limit on how much stuff they can paint because they had limits to what they could do, especially as far as like game passes and item counts. But colors, like you couldn't change the color of a lot of these items. I just don't I don't understand. We do have a shower insert here, which is not bad. It's not a bad bathroom. The black is actually an interesting choice in my opinion. At least we've escaped the brown, the doo-doo brown, which I wouldn't like to see doo-doo brown in the bathroom. But it's not horrible, but it could be better. So back out here, we do have a hallway, which is nice, which is an upgrade from the starter home. I do like a nice hallway. And through here, we have our garage. And I feel like this is such a wasted opportunity. I know the importance of having a garage, but in Bloxburg, we don't have any like weather or anything to like really mess up your car. So I feel like this was just a giant waste of space. And in my final version, you're gonna see what I did to it. This is just a lot of wasted space. And I mean, other than that, if we take into account that this is just a garage, it's fine. You know, there's not much you would really want to do in here, especially for this price. So I don't think she wasted much money in here. The decorations that she did add, like this shelf and the boxes, do get the vibe that this is a garage. So I will give her some props for that. And then right through this door is our backyard. So when you walk back here, you're going to see a set of 2 chairs and a table, which belong inside. This, at least this table does. I'm not sure why this table would be placed outside. I do like the arranging table that she has here. That's really cute. I actually ended up keeping that in the final version. The fence here, I do like the entrance from the front of the house, but overall the fence is really unnecessary, and I feel like a lot of money was wasted there because this could all just be open and be just fine. Anybody can literally just jump over this fence and rob you if they really wanted to, or just come up to your front door. So I'm not sure why the fence was chosen, but it's a cute fence. And we have some basic landscaping out here with some trees to cover up our mistakes, and some flowers and some grasses. So the backyard is not bad. At least there are some things to do back here. You can garden. But other than that, there's just not much out here. And again, the roof. Why? just why is it like that? But decisions were made. And that's all I have to say about that. So let's go back to the front and we can do a bit of a checklist of everything that needs to be done in this house. So right here, I decided to make a mood board for this house because honestly, I just need some help kind of visualizing what I want to go for. Take a minute and pause and look at it if you want to, but I want to go for those kind of boho-ish sort of log cabin vibes. So let's try to bring some of that into this house. And I'm going to try as well. I'm going to try a lot of things today, but I'm going to try to build live for as long as possible. Not sure if you're going to be able to follow this, but if you are attempting to follow it, I wish you the best of luck with whatever editing I put on this video. So let's jump right into our renovation here. So the first thing I want to do is centralize our entryway. I think this will help us kind of divide the space into a few more, I would say areas, I suppose. And I think another big part of that is getting rid of this roof. This roof is just not, it's not going to work. As well as this landscaping here. So now with all the landscaping going, I think I don't want to remove the porch because I really like having this big, long porch at the front. I feel like this is such a signature piece of this house. So I'm going to replace the railing, I think. And first off, I want to add a bit of space back here to kind of give us just one big mass where we can roof the house. So let's do that and let's extend about that tall. It's okay. And unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of the big porch, which is very, very unfortunate. But I think I may be able to add one to the back of the house. So we're going to see if that is a possibility. So with the removal of the porch, we're going to have to get rid of these pillars as well. And these chairs. I'm not saving anything. This is not what I wanted to do. But I do want to keep the overall structure of the house pretty much the same like I did in the last house. So maybe this as our final roof here would...
Oh! You are dumb, unattractive, overweight, unworthy, untalented. Please don't ever feel entitled to win.
Suffice, at least for now. That looks horrible on the side. Oh, that looks bad, but let's just trust the process. Let's trust the process. So I need to find some windows that are going to work for my purposes. And clearly I am choosing all of the wrong windows because I don't like any of the ones I just chose. So we could do 2 on each side, kind of like this. Oh, that's actually really cute. And then just a big front door. The transoms are a bit wide, so maybe just the simple front door like that would actually look good. I think that does look good. I don't know about this little slant that we have going on. I'm not 100% okay with this at all. Maybe, I know I said this house needs more dimension, but maybe actually bring this up so we just have one big block, which I know you're like, wow, didn't you say that this house was just boxes before and it's still gonna be boxes after? Yes. Yes, it's going to continue to be a big box because I'm not sure what else to do about that. Garage door, honestly, that's not bad. That is not bad because it gets rid of us having this little weird piece here. Or I could just get rid of that roof in general. If this please face the right way. Oh, it does. It does. And honestly, having it that high the pitch is not the end of the world. Maybe I'll decrease it just a little bit. And then right here, we can have another roof piece. See, I'm a genius, y'all. This is genius. Genius work right here. See, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. And then at the back, do we wait on the back? I might just wait on the back because not sure about that part yet. And unfortunately, I have removed most of the character from this home. I miss my front porch, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Well, maybe. Before I say that, maybe we can still have a front porch. Let's try having a shed roof right here, but then we're just so close to the road. Actually, I think not having a roof is best because we end up so close to the road that I feel like I could drive my Corvette onto a porch, which that's not the vibe that I'm going for. But maybe we have a bit of an overhang right here with some, no. That doesn't look good. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm indecisive. Let's do landscaping. Let's do landscaping. So we don't need much. I think this is actually enough, but I would like it to kind of wrap around the edge here. So let's do something like that. And you see how it looks where, you know, it doesn't really have a distinct end. It just kind of fades off into the rest of the house instead of just being a stark ending to the landscaping. So it doesn't look like I ran out of money, even though that's actually what happened. So I'm going to use a basic shape to kind of give us a bit of a slab. And I think that actually looks pretty good. So maybe we also add just a slightly smaller slab on the bottom. I mean, on the top here, to give us a bit more of an overhang. And there we go. I think that actually looks pretty good. I might get rid of that top piece though. We'll see about that. And let's have this path here connect to the front. I never use these paths at all. And on the side here, I do like having this go around the side of the house, but I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of this fence because we don't need this fence. I'll keep the bird feeder because I may use that. And this furniture is also going to go, except this. This is a really cute furniture piece, even though it's expensive, but I think it's worth it. That's such a cute little addition to the backyard. And this concrete is also going to have to go as well. So let's add some outdoor lighting, which is kind of a weird place to start with this house, but adding some outdoor lighting I think would be pretty nice. Do we get rid of the garage? Because right now I'm not too sure. I'm not really sure how to get rid of the garage if we're gonna do that. Let's just wait. Let's just wait on the garage. And right here, I wanna go ahead and add some landscaping for us. Let's upsize some of these bushes here and get some grasses. So I'll be back with you guys after I finish the landscaping. So while fixing the wall, I went ahead and recolored all of our landscaping. So now all that's left to do is recolor our paths here, which I may do in a different texture because I feel like that might be interesting or it might be ugly. I actually think the pebbles, well, the large, or I think these are the large flowers. Yeah, the large flowers look good there as kind of like a gravel texture. And maybe we can use the dirt stains as our actual concrete here. And I can make the color a bit darker to match the straight concrete a bit better. And I think I want to use the same concrete on the top there, and we can figure out the bottom of that later because I want to do trim on the very bottom here because it kind of gives the effect that there's a foundation. And now it is time for us to pick a color, which unfortunately cannot be white because if we do white, okay, had to check for some audio issues, but we're good, I think. If not, then you can't hear me. But if you can hear this, then we're good. Feel obligated to not make this house white because if I do, this house and my last renovation will be twinsies. As much as I love twinning, I don't want to twin in that aspect. Let me get rid of this lighting on the inside because it is incredibly bright and is throwing off what's going on the outside. I'm not sure what texture I want to use. I don't think it's brick, even though the brick does. I kind of did that as a joke, but maybe it doesn't have to be a joke. Maybe it can be reality. Let me see. Okay, I think I found a really cute color combination. This is like the sage green, just really darkened down. And I feel like that looks really good. And that actually looks good with this garage door, even though I'm going to change this garage door temporarily because I want the windows. And I'm still not entirely sold on the whole garage idea, but for now, I think I might just keep the garage. And then the door, I feel like to pay homage to the original house, that the door has to be wood. I don't know if it has to be completely wood. We'll see about that. I think it should be wood, and maybe some gold hardware, like some really deep gold hardware would be pretty as well. I think that's actually really nice, but I don't know, do not pair that. Don't do that. We can pair it with these sconces in that color, and let's go ahead and add a texture to our roof. We're between the new texture and the old texture. I'm gonna attempt to use the new texture because the color we're using is so dark anyways that I don't think it matters if we do use this on the eaves, because I thought about using this on the eaves as well. That took me way too long to find those planks. So let's also paint our ceiling white so they no longer look unfinished to me. And maybe we actually lighten up our roof just a little bit, because I would like for you to see the texture of the roof, but I don't want it to be too overbearing either. Oh, this looks really, really good. Okay, not bad, not bad. And let's add our brick texture here as well. I think that looks really good. So around the foundation here, I'm gonna add this brick texture all the way around. And there we are. That is, I think that the front completes. I've been debating adding a giant tree to the front of the house, but not sure if I'm going to keep debating that. Maybe the smaller organic tree would look good on this side. We can do one there. I think that is pretty cute, and it adds to those log cabin-y vibes that I was trying to maintain. And I am, because I didn't paint this house white. My past, I don't know how many houses have been white, so we're improving somewhat. And I think for the outside, I think that's all I really want to do. I am going to move our mailbox back over to the driveway so you don't have to walk a mile away to get to your mailbox. And let's also change our mailbox because we have a bit of a higher budget here. I can say that it does fit the log cabin vibe. So we're going to try to use that one. And for the trash can, again, the simple one that we used last time works perfectly fine. I'm going to try to add roof trim in a very, I guess, different way than I usually add it, the old school way where you do the roof and you just make the overhang a bit longer. So I'm going to try that out, and I will get back to you guys on if that looks good at all. So I actually priced it out, and doing the roof trick would actually be about as much as just using these little structural pieces, which I resized using the scale tool. I also wanted to add some gutters, which I thought I would just do on camera here. We're going to do these at the ends of the roof because that's where it makes the most sense realistically. So wherever the roof slopes down is where you're going to want to have your gutters. And we can do it on this side. We can do it on this side. We can splurge just a little bit and bring it around here. They're not as big as I would like them, unfortunately, but they will suffice for the realism purposes because that's all they're doing. They're not actually taking any rainwater because this is Bloxburg, and I'll have this empty out right here because that kind of makes sense to me. And I will change the color of these as well. And there we are, all that I want to do as far as the outside goes. And every time I say that, I'm like, oh, there's something else I want to add. All right, so how does that look? Should I move it over again? Oh, it's just not going to be perfect, is it? Or maybe that's just a bad idea. And I think I want to add some extra outdoor lighting over here as well. And it's not much. So I think I'm going to use our color wheel to brighten these up just a tad. And I'm going to recolor all of these, and I will meet all of you inside. It's really sad that, you know, the outside looks so good and then you go inside and we're still stuck with this, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We're going to make progress. And the start of that progress starts with deleting everything in sight, because as much as I would like to try to salvage anything in here, unfortunately, there's not much I want to salvage. Not a huge fan of the bar stools or the cabinets. All right, so this layout may look really odd, but the plans are to have a kitchen here. We have a little doorway here to get to the garage or another bedroom. Still kind of debating that part. We have another bedroom here. It is a little tight, but it's gonna work. We have a bathroom at the back, and this is our entrance to the backyard from the inside of the house now. And we have a living room here, and we may be able to fit a small dining room or maybe a play space. So I think this layout is gonna work. So let's go ahead and start on our kitchen. So for the kitchen, I think I want to do some really pretty dark green cabinets, and I would love to use the Craftsman cabinets for this, but they're like 3 times as much as the counters I'm using. These are gonna have to suffice, and they're not bad cabinets. It's just I like the way the Craftsman cabinets are like in sets into the actual cabinet box, unlike these. So instead of using the cabinets here, I think using drawers is going to give me more of that look that I'm looking for. And I would love to use the commercial sink, which is $1,200, which I could buy 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe that's not a wise purchase. Let's stick with those for now. And I do want to go ahead and upgrade our refrigerator. I think we will use this one, and then we can use the vent hood that we kind of saved originally. And we also saved this trash can, or I just forgot to delete it, but we can put that right up against the edge there. We can get rid of this extra counter. And this isn't really what I wanted. Oh, and the sink is going to be there, and that's kind of annoying. I also decreased the size of the windows at the front just a tad so I could fit them above the counters in here, but no sink there. We're just gonna stick to the peninsula sink. Oh, that's not where I want that. That is not where I want that, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna survive. I'm just gonna do open shelving. I really like the idea of just doing open shelving in here. It is gonna cost us more money because now we have to decorate the shelves, but it's gonna give us that visual interest that I want in here. So let's do that. Are we gonna kind of give that the idea that they're floating shelves? And we're gonna add my bars as usual. Very nice, very nice. And I want to do a decal backsplash like I did in the last house, which I really couldn't afford to do that in the last house, but I did it anyways. But I think in this house, we have a bit more budget to play with. Well, if I add another bedroom, then no, I don't. I need to stop right now. But I'm going to assume that I have more budget to play with than I really do, so that I can do what I want. Unfortunately, on this wall, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the decals like I want them. We're just not going to do them at all. And I think what I'll do instead is do some wall trim, and we'll just paint this wall like all the other walls. And this will be kind of our focal point. Okay, I like that. So instead of doing the actual like traditional doorway, I think this looks better, and we'll slim it up just a little bit. And for now, I'm going to leave the kitchen as that, or should I just go ahead and finish it? Well, I don't like that being wide open like that. It's not quite big enough, if you couldn't tell. Right there is honestly okay, I think, because of the counter. This really closes off the space as well. It's kind of what I'm going for because of the whole, log cabin thing. I don't think this should be a wide open space. So I think this is okay. I think this is okay. But more walls means more artwork to fill them up. So yeah, compromise. So here I'm gonna add a door, and I'm also going to add another door here. It's gonna clip. I'm gonna copy this doorway, and we're gonna do one of like the little fence trick so that it doesn't clip. Let's try that. I think this needs to be a bit lower though. And we'll get one of these, and then fence gates. That is very much log cabin, but don't know if that's what I want. But the other one is a bit too contemporary, but I think I can kind of hide the fact that it's too contemporary. We'll have a bit of wall on the side so it actually looks built into the wall. And I'm going to add a structural piece to cover up our gap. I think what I'll do also is add another door from this bedroom to this bathroom, so you don't have to walk all the way around to get to the bathroom. And this just feels like such a larger house because not every door is on one hallway. I kind of tried to split it up between multiple different areas of the house. And I think this layout actually, I think it makes sense. I'm not happy with how big this hallway is. I would like it to be too wide, but we just don't have the space, unfortunately. So we're going to have to make do with what we have. Want to divide this space up. It's already really divided, but I would like it to be a bit more divided. And I think that's the widest this doorway can go, huh? Let's divide it up about this much. And then, so I added this wall with some structurals and basic shapes. And I feel like this adds some more separation between the rooms in this house and kind of gives them their own purpose. I'm thinking I want to divide up the entryway a little bit more as well, but we'll see about that because we're already cutting it really close with how much space we have in our dining room and our living room, which now that I'm looking at it, does this really make sense to have it laid out this way? But it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Just trust the process. So let's get a fireplace. And honestly, the really basic one might work because I want to put stone on this fireplace anyways. So we don't need too much extra detail on it. And I want to have this go up to the top. Oh, we should add a chimney to the outside. That would be a nice touch. We can do that. So after some hard work, I went in and added some furniture to our main living space, our dining room, and we have a toddler's room back here and our guest bathroom and also the bathroom for the toddlers. I want to change the garage into another bedroom, which is why this is the toddler's room. So now that we kind of have the tour of everything that I did while I was away, let's go ahead and convert this garage into a primary bedroom. So I'm thinking we do a bathroom here and we do a closet here. And we of course need to get rid of the garage door. And we add, don't know if I like how that looks. Let's try this again. Maybe we do some shutters in the same sort of green color that we have here. Maybe we add those shutters to the rest of the house. Those are actually pretty cute, but I'm thinking maybe we do black shutters. I think that's a bit much. I think that's a bit much, but I think we can, let's just keep them on this part of the house. And I'm gonna extend our landscaping over just a little bit. So now with this looking a little less like a garage, let's go ahead and think about the layout in here. I would have liked to have access to the backyard from this bedroom, but I'm not sure exactly how we could achieve that because of how our windows are. So I wanted to have a closet here and then we would have our bathroom, and it's not even letting me place a wall there for some reason. Let's just keep it as is. We'll face the front, but I don't really want to do that. Let me see if I can figure something out. So I was able to flip it around. So we have a bathroom at the front and a closet. And then I'm going to get rid of this shelving in here because we no longer need this. French doors to the back, along with some windows on the side. And we'll do 2 windows along this wall as well. And I think that kind of completes all the windows that I want in our bedroom, our new bedroom and bathroom. So I just finished all the main furnishings that we're going to add. So let's do a little bit of a tour of what we've done so far. So we have a living room as soon as you enter to the right. And on the left, we have a generously sized kitchen for a house of this size. And then we have a dining room back here with a French door to the patio. We have our toddler's room. We have a bathroom. And then we have another hallway where you can enter the bedroom and the primary bedroom where I have another patio. So we do have 2 patios in this house. And we have some extra landscaping areas back here, as well as a bathroom and a walk-in closet for our primary bedroom. So I don't know how much this is going to cost us. Probably way too much, unfortunately, but it's okay. You know, I didn't say that I had to spend a certain amount of money. I don't think I made any promises, but just in case I did, I didn't. Okay. And we're going to have to spend quite a bit more money because I decided to add a bedroom and a bathroom. So we're going to see how that goes, but I will see you guys in the voiceover because it's going to take me way too long to detail. So let's go to the speed build. Welcome to the speed build portion of this video, which I'm recording for now the 6th time. So enjoy that. It is 2:19 a.m. on Thursday, 5/30, 2024. And yeah, here we are. We are doing some detailing, mainly some detailing and decoration work around the house. So you're going to see me do the detailing of the kitchen, living room, and the 2 bedrooms. I had to cut out the rest or else this video would be like 4 hours long, and I do not want this video to be 4 hours long. You kind of have a limit to how long these videos can be without it being kind of annoying to watch the whole thing. So if you want to replicate this, I'm going to have screenshots on my Instagram and my Twitter. I'm also going to have the before and afters after the speed build part of this video, and we're going to have a tour. So hopefully all of that is what you need to kind of replicate what I have here if you are following along and doing this renovation with me. So enjoy. I hope you all like this house as much as I do. I think this is way better than my starter home renovation, even though y'all really liked that apparently, because for my analytics, that is the best performing video that I have ever had over like this period of time. So thank you all so much for the support on my last vid. And it's kind of the inspiration behind this vid, because I was like, if y'all like renovations, I might as well renovate this one as well. So here we are. And here we are adding some details to the kitchen. Yeah, I'm really surprised that y'all liked the last build as much as y'all did. It was honestly a shock when I woke up because I was like, really? Like 2,000 views overnight? And I was just so surprised. It was kind of like, I was just really building for fun. I was like, hey, I want to do a starter home right now. I've been wanting to do this for a while. So I went ahead and did it, and y'all really liked it. And it was kind of a throwaway build because when I do like builds like that, I was kind of just building for fun. And when I do things like that, everything just ends up white. So I wanted to have more of like a plan for this video. That's why I did the little mood board for you guys, which that was more for y'all. I already knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of keep the log cabins vibes that she had going on. Not log cabin, but rustic vibes. I keep saying log cabin, but it's really rustic vibes. And yeah, here we are adding some of these cafe curtains, which I never use. I never use these cafe curtains, but I added them in the kitchen because I wanted something on those windows, but the long, like, original curtains, they don't really work on these windows because of the trim. So I used those. And here we are filling up our open shelves, which was also an expensive choice. I made a lot of expensive choices in this house that I maybe shouldn't have made, but you know, we make mistakes. But the house looks good, so even for $100K, I think this house is actually pretty worth it. It's honestly a pretty good price. You get 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. The original house was $45, and I pretty much doubled the size of the house because now we have a dedicated dining room and we have an extra bedroom, a bathroom, and a closet. So yeah, I think I did a really good job at using the space. In this house, when you see the tour, it's gonna feel, first off, like it's not even the same house, but second off, it's gonna feel so much bigger because I have so many more rooms. And when you divide, here's a quick building tip, which maybe I should make a building tips video too. But when you divide your house into more rooms, even if they are smaller, it really makes your house feel so much bigger because you have to go through more rooms to get to where you're going. So instead of all the rooms being on like one wall or like having all the doors to the room in a hallway, I kind of divided it up between this hallway that's on the right and the dining room where you can access the guest bathroom. So I wanted to really kind of extend the space that we had, even though I wanted to keep it within the original shell as much as possible. So with all of that fun logistic stuff out the way, let's talk about you guys. I know you guys are probably getting out of school pretty soon for the summer, so I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. If this is your last day, if it's not your last day, still have an amazing Friday, but I hope you guys are approaching your last day of school. I know a lot of you are ready to get out. It's been a long year. I'm out of school. I've been out of school for about 2 weeks. So that's kind of why that last video came out, and that's why this video is coming out, because I have a lot of free time on my hands. And this is kind of my summer job for now, especially since y'all like that video so much. I'm actually getting paid pretty penny for doing that video. Well, compared to the rest of my builds. So hopefully I don't have to get a summer job. My mom keeps telling me I have to go get a job. See, when she got home from work today, she was like, you need to go get a job. And I was like, you're exactly right. You are so right. And I still haven't applied. I applied to 2 places. This is so embarrassing. I applied to McDonald's, which there's nothing wrong with McDonald's. I didn't really want to work there. I was okay with it though. When I went there, the people were like really nice and chill. But they never responded to me. They said they would email me, or it's like McHire or something. They would be like, hey, we'll let you know if you got the position. I have yet to get a response. So I didn't get hired at McDonald's, which is high-key embarrassing, because I thought I would get hired. So there's that. I also applied at AMC and no response. So I've kind of given up on my job search, but if my mom continues to pester me, I will go ahead and get another job because, you know, I'll have no choice at that point. So here we are in the living room doing a bit of the decorations and furnishing in here. I added some open shelves on the side, and this tile is going to change to a beautiful, like a really pretty green wallpaper that I've had in my inventory for quite a while. I actually used it in the 4-bedroom suburban from like October, November of last year. So you're going to see that appear again. And yeah, I wanted to do the open shelves instead of like an actual like shelving unit or like built-in shelf, because I wanted to display that wallpaper. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on in here and all that's going on in my life at this time. I mean, I am trying to get some other things together because I'm entering my senior year, which is exciting. That doesn't mean I'm quitting yet. I'm not quitting this year. I can guarantee y'all, no, I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm going to tell y'all that I'm not planning on quitting this year. Maybe next year. We'll see. A lot of people have quit this year, so I don't really want to join the train. Bull Blocks quit like a few hours ago. She quit Bloxburg. Who else quit? Isaac quit this year, which has kind of been in the works for a while, but it's kind of unfortunate that he quit. And I mean, that's old news. He quit a few months ago. So who else quit? A lot of people have quit recently, which is unfortunate, but this update and the people getting banned and doing the glitch or whatever, and it's just everything is just making, I guess, all the content creators leave. I'm not sure if the player count has been affected by that though. I've seen people say it has, but overall the player count looks better than ever to me. But I don't know. I don't keep up with that. I build, as you can see, and it took me a whole day. That's why I'm recording this at 2:30 a.m. now, 2:27 a.m. because this took me like all day to do, unfortunately. So here we are adding some decorations to our open shelving. God, this took me a long time, but I love how this house turned out. I like this way more than my starter home renovation, which I honestly should go back and redo. Because $50,000 for that, and this is $100,000, and this has 2 patios, an extra bedroom, a bathroom, another closet, and a dining room, because I didn't have like an actual dining room in that house. So yeah, when you see the final house, you're gonna be like, there's no way this is the same house. But when you see the layout, you're gonna see that it is essentially the same shell. I added 2 squares in the back. You see where the entrance is to the back patio in the dining room? Those 2 squares where that door is, I added that to kind of even out the space. And I added the 2 squares at the front for the entranceway. That's, yeah, those are the only, I guess, interior units that I added, the only square footage that I added. So, and here is our toddler's room, or it could be a guest room, it could be a teen's room. You just have to change the beds around. I picked a toddler's room because I thought it would be cheaper. It was not. I should have just did like a guest bedroom, but you can fit, or I'm sorry, you can sleep 4 people in this house because I have 2 beds in here. So 2 kids can share this room, and 2 people can sleep in the primary bedroom because I have a double bed in there. So I do really like how this bedroom turned out. It ends up being not a deep, I would say a deep blue. I wrapped the whole room in the blue, which you're gonna see a lot. If you want to do that, you're gonna have to use basic shapes to change the ceiling colors, because the roofing, if you just change the color to, I guess, whatever color, it's gonna change it over the majority of the house. So you have to use the basic shapes. But here I am adding a decal rug in here, and I'm about to move on to the primary bedroom, which I'm adding the molding to right now. So in here, I changed our bed to the log cabin bed, or the log post bed, whatever it's called. I actually really like this bed. I would have never used this bed before. I would have never used any of the log stuff before, but it just really worked for this house, and it's actually not bad furniture. The original colors that they have on it are pretty horrible, but once you get past that and you change the colors, added some pillows to this bed as well, which definitely helps. So it really makes this furniture look really good. I think the armchairs, all the chairs from this set in the living room and the kitchen and the dining room look really nice where they are. So I really like how this house turned out. I keep saying that, but I'm really proud of this house. I can't wait to show you guys in the tour everything that's going on, which we should be entering in just a second because I had to cut a lot of this out. Yeah, in about a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off early for me. So I will see you all in the tour in about 2 minutes because I'm going to do the before and after shots after this. So I'm going to show those, and I will see you all in the tour. final Cedar Crest Reno, and I love how this house turned out. So as you're gonna see in the front, we no longer have a garage, we no longer have a porch. Pretty much everything changed. This house is almost unrecognizable from, honestly, no, it's completely unrecognizable from what we started with in the beginning. And I think it looks really nice at golden hour because
Everything looks better at golden hours.
so I decided to do the tour in golden hour, and let's go ahead and walk in. So I have a pathway connecting to our driveway where you can park a car if you wanted to. And I have this pathway leading up to a bit of a front stoop or porch. These two little planters here. We have some light, and right through our front door is our living room. So I really debated what I was going to do in this room, especially as far as color, because the green is definitely a bold choice because it is so dark. But I think this looks so pretty in here. And actually, give me a second, let me change the time real quick. So if we change the time to 7 a.m. here, we should get a few sun rays in here, just like that. And this living room just turned out so well. This is the basic fireplace. If you watched, you might not have watched the speed build, so I'm gonna kind of give you a rundown of everything. So this is the basic fireplace, and I used some basic shapes to kind of give the kind of arched effect on the fireplace. And we used, I think, every single piece from the log furniture set. So this is the coffee table, these are the chairs. The sofa is the traditional sofa, and I think that looks really good paired with these chairs. We also have a side table here, and we wrapped the whole room in this wood paneling. And on the ceiling, I used the snow texture to give us a bit more texture than just the plastic. And here we have a little painting and a little hallway tree so that you can drop off your keys, you can change your shoes and such at the front door. And that's pretty much it for the living room. And then in here is our dining room. We have this really big opening, but it still provides some separation between the spaces. And I also wrapped this room in the wallpaper that is on the walls, and I love that I did that. It does cost a bit extra, but the effect, this is just such a nice effect. It really completes the room and makes it feel like a whole instead of being separate from the ceiling. It just continues to run up and up and up. So we have a 4-seater table here. You could probably fit 6 people if you really wanted to, and just extend the table slightly. And we have an entrance to our back patio, which also has a bench and a grill. Honestly, very similar to my last renovation. Not much back here in the way of things to do, but I also have another porch or patio on the other side, which I'm going to show you. And back through here, we have a console table with a Monet painting. I believe that is from either Equinox or Exotism. So I will link their profiles down below so you can get all the decals you need. And over here is our kitchen, which is also one of my favorite parts of the house. We have a 3-seater peninsula right here. We have a little painting with a little vent on the wall. And we also have these hanging pendants here, which I really like. They don't really obstruct the view too much, but they do add some visual interest to the ceiling. And I used a doorway here because I didn't want this space to be too open. I felt like that kind of detracted from the rustic vibes, and it gives you a sense of separation. And again, that separation really makes your houses feel bigger. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but it really does work. And in here, we have this really beautiful sink. We have our stainless steel appliances and some open shelving, and as you can see, the sun shining right through our windows. So pretty. And yeah, I really like how this kitchen turned out. So let's move on to our first of 2 bedrooms. So through this door, we have a bedroom that is wrapped in this really pretty blue color. You should have seen, if I remembered to edit it in, I used a rustic color palette that I found on Google. So pretty much all the colors that I used here, you'll be able to find there. You can sleep 2 kids in here. You could also fit 2 kids in here, and they have some toys to play with. So it's not a bland room at all. There's plenty of things for them to do. And through this door is our guest and secondary bathroom. So this also leads into the dining room, so the guests don't have to go through the bedroom, and the kids have really easy access to this bathroom as well. So we have a tub shower combo, which is like the plastic sort of insert version, but I actually really like how that looks in here. I think it's very fitting. We have a new toilet with an actual tank because the cheapest one doesn't have a tank, and I cannot stand that. So I like to use that toilet instead. And we have a little vanity in here along with a nice little mirror. So I really like how this room turned out. So let's go ahead and move on to our primary bedroom. So through this door, this is actually the place where the original hallway was in the house. And this was the original primary bedroom. So if we walk through here, this was a garage. And now it is a beautiful master bedroom or primary bedroom, whichever you like to say. I really like how this room turned out as well. I didn't really do anything too crazy with the colors. I do have these green accents, which is the same green as is on the paneling outside in these windows. And I have a little vanity over here with a book set up. And if you walk out here, we have a second patio. This is the original flower table. I did not change it. And we have a little bench out here for you to sit and read. And yeah, this is the whole backyard. I do like having 2 patios now, other than just the one. And we have 2 entrances to the backyard from the inside of the house now. So we are kind of checking off those boxes as we go. So as we go back into the house, we have our primary bathroom, which faces the front of the house. We have a little window here with the sun rays shining through like before. And we have a shower here, a toilet, and a double vanity. I really like how this bathroom turned out. I keep saying that, but this house honestly just turned out perfectly. And I winged it. I didn't really have any inspo pictures. I did look up some, especially for like the color palette and such. But overall, I just used the in-game items. And apparently, to do a rustic style, you can get away with using the in-game items because apparently they're very good for this style. So let's go check out the closet. So in here, we just have these 2 wardrobes and some cabinets to kind of fill in the empty space above them. Again, another window, and that actually completes the entire house. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, oh my goodness, I left all these doors open. Okay, now that those are closed, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, this is going to be a very long video because I did a lot. I did a whole lot in this video. So I hope you guys enjoy the longer video because it took me a long time to edit. A few days actually. So I hope y'all appreciate all my hard work. And yeah, let's go ahead and exit and head back out to the front here. I hope you all enjoyed this house just as much as I did. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and do all those fun YouTube things. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.